Hey guys, Ryan King here, and I'm the keyboard instructor for worshipartistry.com. Today's YouTube lesson, we're going to take a look at the song There Is Power by Brewster. Specifically, we're going to look at the intro riff that pretty much you play throughout the entire song. Now, we're only going to look at this particular section of the lesson, and so if you want to see the entire lesson, you need to click the link and head over to Worship Artistry where you can sign up for an account for less than $10 a month, and it's totally worth it. But just in case you want to check out a YouTube video, this is for you. All right, let's take a look at the riff that we're going to play for pretty much a good portion of the song. Now, you'll be shifting in your octave. Sometimes you'll be down in the mid-range of the piano, and then other times you'll be up high, but it's the same riff over and over again in its 16th notes. Starts off on D, and you're basically playing D, C sharp, D. You're going to do that and then come up to A, and then this is your pattern. So it's those three notes, and then you're going to come down to an A at some time, and then you're going to come up to an E. And so this is what the pattern sounds like at tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now this is a pattern that you really have to concentrate on if you really want it to sound note for note, and that's because we have this high A jump that we're doing. If we slow it down, and we've got some practice loops down below that you can really work through, especially during the intro. I've slowed it down to almost 50 beats per minute there versus the 80 to really help you get a good grasp on it, and then you can begin to pick up the tempo. But if we look at it really slow, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So you can see it's just straight 16th notes there. Again, it's very vital that you slow it down in order to get this in. Another thing that's kind of complicated on this is the way you're having to do your fingering. If you'll notice, I'm using my third finger and my second finger, and I'm having to jump up using my pinky on the A. So this makes for a weird stretch. If you played that chord like that, normally I might play it like this, but it's kind of hard to play that and then jump down to the A. So I want to be able to, not move as much. So you're having to do 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. So again, 1 E and 1 E. So again, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So that's the pattern that we're going to play throughout a good portion of the song. Sometimes you'll be up high, sometimes you'll be down low, depending on what section that you're in, but it's the same pattern. And so one thing that you really need to do is just practice this pattern over and over and over and over again, and just keep it going. That's because that's what you're having to do throughout pretty much the entire portion of the song. You're going to start out in the intro with a pattern, you're going to continue into the verse with a pattern, and then you're going to shift up an octave and continue the same thing again through the first chorus. Then you get a little bit of a break, and you come back down and just do some chords during the second verse. But when you go back to the chorus again, you're going to do the pattern again. You'll take another break for a little bit during the bridge, and then you start the pattern again, and you play it all the way to the end of the song. So this is something that you've just got to get comfortable with playing. Now, make sure you take a look at your sheet music down below. Worth the loop video a few times. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson.